Hello Chocs and Chocettes, no one in between. Chocolo Roberto here for another video review. This time we have the crispy M&Ms chocolate bar. Yeah, so I'm sure most of you know, but those of you who don't, M&Ms generally sort of like a bag of candy covered sweets. Usually there's a peanut or chocolate centre, like a crispy bit on the outside and then a sugar shell. Now they do have a few other variants, and one of which is a crispy one, so it's like sort of, it's very similar. I think it's got like a Rice Krispie piece in the middle or something of that nature, covered in like a chocolate surround, then covered in a candy sugar shell. So this is what this one is. Well, this is the chocolate bar based on it. Now, one caveat is I did review another one recently, the speed of which I've done about over 600 reviews now. So in this corner up here will be a link to all my other reviews. So if you like this one, please subscribe and click on that link after you finish this one. Watch all the rest of them. Should keep me going. But yeah, I'll probably have an M&Ms link as well in there at some point as well. So that might appear, and it'll probably already be there as well. So for all my other M&Ms reviews. But yeah, what I was going to say was the last one I had was I think the crunchy caramel one, and I was thinking this is filled with M&Ms. So you can see here it's got like M&Ms and Rice Krispie pieces in there. So you think, well, maybe it's going to be the M&Ms crunchies pieces that are going to be in there, but it's not. It's just regular mini M&Ms. So it says that's, well, let's just check, shall we? Milk chocolate with M&Ms minis 11%, milk chocolate in a coloured sugar shell in brackets, and cereal crisps 4%. So there we go. So it's just regular M&Ms in there, which I guess is good and bad. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure what to make of that really. I think it's okay. You can clearly see, I think there will be plenty of sort of Rice Krispie pieces in there, cereal pieces, whatever they call it, cereal crisps. But you would expect it to be sort of crispy M&Ms, wouldn't you? I think. So yeah, I'm a bit on the fence. I'm not sure what to make of that. I don't know. But of course, they're M&Ms minis as well. They're not full-size M&Ms, even though I'm sure they could fit in full-size M&Ms. But I don't think they do M&Ms minis in the other types. But they should have accommodated for it. It's a big bar, this. I mean, look at it. It's big. You could fit M&Ms in there, regular M&Ms. But I don't know. It perhaps makes some sense as well to have M&Ms minis, and it does kind of, you are having M&Ms and crispy pieces, so it's a funny one. I'm not sure what to make of it really. It swings around about. So the whole bar is 150 grams. It's massive. Portion size is 18.8 grams. Portion is about 8. Yeah, so I think that's probably is that one row or something? So I think it's like a 4x8 bar. I think it is. Yeah, does that work out? I think that works out. It's having 8 portions, yeah. Okay, so yes, so per 100 grams, it's 543 calories, 31 grams of fat, 20 of which are saturates, and per 80.8 grams, whatever that is, it might say somewhere. I think it's probably 4 chunks. 102 calories, 102 calories, 5.9 grams of fat, 3.7 of which are saturates. Okay, it's good usual stuff, as I say, and mentioned it's got the sort of, I guess, the crispy M&M guy on the front. They all have different ones. I've got some others I've not reviewed yet. So this one here, for instance, it's got the regular guy. I'm sure it's called Mike or something, that guy, but he's got the regular one. More famous, I guess, than this crispy guy one. I've never seen him on TV before. Yeah, okay, so there we go. And it's got like a, you can see there, it's got like a special M&Ms guy putting something in the bin rather than the regular image that they have on these kind of things. Which is just a regular guy. So in the Skittles ones, for instance, I'm about to review. See, she's got some regular, just regular looking person putting something in the bin. So I thought it'd be a standard picture that you have to use for these, but it obviously isn't. They've adapted it, I'd say, to have the M&Ms guy do it, which is interesting. Okay, right. Well, I'm not sure there's much further to say, and we should give it open. Yeah, let's do it. Let's give it open. Right, okay everyone, hopefully I'm censored. Apologies if I'm not, fingers crossed for the censors there. So we'll give it a measure before I open it, just to check. Because obviously the massive flourishes here. So you usually lose around a fifth of the bar really. I think that's possibly the tolerance we've got to accept when flourishes are involved. So it's about 21.7 centimetres, roughly. Let's see how much we lose. So let's give it a split. Well, I can tell you now, it's full of crispy pieces. There's M&Ms as well, of course. That's the one thing I did notice when I did the last one. It's broken in the middle slightly. give this measure as good as we can. A bit melty today in my house, unfortunately. Well, a bit warm in my house. The chocolate's a bit melty. We said 21.7, didn't we? So it's 18 centimetres now, pretty much. Yeah, it was about 21.7, wasn't it? Yeah. So that's about 3.7 centimetres. Yeah, so it's probably within tolerance, that really. It sounds like we should have lost more than that. No, we haven't. Okay, not too bad. Yeah, let's do the other measurements as well. Why not? There. Yeah, it's about 8.1 in width and height. So I'm going to try not to handle it too much. Yeah. I might have to. I might have to. It's just because it's very melty, you see, so it's just going to start melting as soon as I start touching it. So we're trying to be very light, deft with my thing. So just from the actual base of the bar itself, it's about 0.8 centimetres, but there's like knobbles on the top, these dome things, which you'd think would contain an M&M, but they don't. Specifically, it's about 1.1 centimetres high, as I say, as opposed to the maybe 0.9 centimetres, so it's getting a couple of millimetres there, maybe 3. Okay, so this is the one half of the bar, so you can see it's got all this regimented, very nice looking M&Ms. It's got M on the middle as well, actually. I don't remember noticing last time, but it's got an M in each of these domes, which is really nice. This is half the bar, as I say. You can see on the back it's full of crispy. So look at that. That's full of them. That's what I want to see. You know, I say I reviewed the Out of the Blueberry new Cadbury's Inventor bar thing, and it had crispy pieces inside. And I was saying that they've just not made up for the fact it's only got 2 ingredients in there. By adding more of the ones that the 2 it's got, as opposed to 3 which the other bars have. So imagine this is full. This has got M&Ms in it as well. Don't forget, mini M&Ms. And this is all the crispy pieces. You can see the sort of colour coming through on the domes of the actual mini M&Ms. So that's what I was expecting the Out of the Blueberry to be like, and it wasn't. It was half that, if not worse. And here's the other half of the bar. So you can see here, it actually has sort of like the M&Ms guy. No, it's not the M&Ms guy from the front of the crispy one. It's actually the one. Here, there's the one from in front of there, and you can see it's not the same guy. It's actually the one from the regular M&Ms. It's Mike, or whatever he's called. So it's a bit of rubbish that you'd think they'd have the same. You can see from that one. Don't know if you can tell there. It's hard for me to see what you can see, but hopefully you can. You think it would have, the one from this one on it. It's a bit of a shame to do that, but nonetheless, it's nice. You can see all the colourful M&Ms coming through as well. Yeah, it's really nice that. So filled with M&Ms, filled with crispy pieces. And a little bonus here as well, which I quite like. I don't know if you can see on the foliage there where the images come through on the foil on the chocolate. I quite like that. I don't know if you can see that, but hopefully you can. Okay, well, it looks very nice, very tasty, doesn't it? So let's just give it a bit of a snappage. So you can see the crisp pieces, when I've done this sort of intersection, you can see the crisp pieces aren't immediately apparent, but if you look underneath the tons there, there's obviously M&Ms. So the M&Ms are not massively prevalent, there's not loads of them in there, but I think there's enough, But it does look like the crisp pieces have all sunk to the bottom. So there are plenty in there, but they're all at the bottom. So you can see here, there's not much evidence of crispy pieces in the segment in the top. There's a M&M mini there in the middle, in the dome actually of all things, but I think that's more fluke than anything else. I think they're always in the dome, but all the crispy pieces at the bottom. So it's just got quite a lot of chocolate there, with crispy pieces in the M&M. So there's a lot of chocolate involved. So yeah, there you go, just to prove that M&Ms aren't always in the dome. There's one sticking out the edge there, but there are some in the domes as well, as you can see from the colours coming through. Right, interesting. I think we should give it a taste then. I'm excited about this one. Yeah, let's do it. Let's give it a taste. Okay, once I'm going to give this M&M's crispy chocolate bar a taste. Yeah, so I've got a nice segment here. Nice green M&M poking through. Okay, let's give it a go. Let's give it a taste. Oh yes, and all those lovely crisp pieces on the bottom. Okay, let's do it. Let's give it a taste. There's lots of crunch there. And a couple of M&Ms as well. Mini M&Ms. And what I would say, there's plenty of crispy pieces actually. It's really full with them, but there's a lot of chocolate as well. So it's only full at the bottom. And I think that's quite evident from what we've been seeing. You can see lots of pieces there, but there's not really any in the middle. When I dissected them, like it's all at the bottom. So there's plenty there, but it's quite a thick bar. So, do you think it's probably what you'd expect, really? And I think it's a nice chocolate. It's not the best chocolate in the world, I think, but you do get plenty of crisp there. I think it's just the fact that, yeah, it's hard to say. I think if the chocolate was a better chocolate, I think it'd be more impressive. But because the chocolate's quite, it's okay. You know what I mean? It's not the best chocolate in the world. I think you just sort of think, I'd rather have a bit more M&Ms in it or more chocolate. I mean, you do get plenty of filling though, as I say. So I think it's just down to the fact the chocolate's not a brilliant chocolate. I don't think it's a problem that the M&Ms are regular M&Ms minis, not like special crispy ones. You can taste them as well. You get like sort of crunch on the sugar shell. You can tell you're having them. And you occasionally pop out in your mouth as well. And they also crunch. You can probably hear me crunching away. I think really it's just the fact that the chocolates, because it's not the best chocolate, it's really rubbish to say, it's too thick. But you can see here, for instance, you can see the crunchy bits are just at the bottom, and then there's quite a lot of chocolate there. Sometimes you do get like M&Ms sticking through like there. But there's still plenty of chocolate. And I think it's probably not unfair to say it's a bad thing that there's a lot of chocolate. I think it's just the fact that it is very much a prominent taste, and as you'd expect, but it's just not the best chocolate. It's okay though. It's not unpleasant. It's not, So it's a bit difficult to sort of say, why not just have a bag of M&Ms Crispies? Because then you get the crispy bits and you get the sort of you get the full Monty then. Whereas with this one, I'm just not so sure that the chocolate's worth it. Not just what I mean. It's nice though. It's different. I just think that's the problem because it's so prominent, and I think it's to be expected. It is a sort of chocolate bar version of it, but I just don't think it's quite good enough to support it being so big and thick. The chocolate bar is really big and really thick, and it's great for that that reason. But unfortunately, as I say, the chocolate just isn't good enough. Really, I think. As I say, it's not bad. It's just not great. It's just quite normal. It's just more a medium for the rest of it, really. And because you'd rather have the rest of it, you'd want more of it. I think that's the problem, really. When you've got something that's just there to give you the other stuff, you think, I just want the other stuff. The M&Ms Crispies, and the crispy pieces as well. The M&Ms and the crispy pieces as well. Crispy M&Ms. So that's the problem, I think. As I say, you could have sort of, a Nestle Crunch bar or something, which has a similar concept. The white chocolate crunch anyway, if you can find that, that's a really nice one. Obviously that is white chocolate. But Nestle white chocolate, as I say, does taste great. So, even though I'm not a massive white chocolate fan, the actual white chocolate crunch is better than the regular milk chocolate one. But I digress. So this one, I do like it. As I say, it's filled with crunchy pieces. As I say, it does have plenty of M&Ms in there as well to sort of give you one or two M&Ms per chunk. You can taste them. So difficult one. If you're somehow a massive fan of the chocolate M&M's chocolate, or at least in this bar, I think this will be near on perfect. But I would say it's definitely not a strong chocolate. And I think that's the only problem with it. But I think it's. So I think for me, I'm probably going to say it's just hard to recommend this over just regular crispy M&Ms. You know what I mean? I think that's the problem. But it is nice. It's just it does give you what you want, really. It's just the chocolate, as I say. It just puts too much of it, and it's not because they're not the best chocolate, that's just brings it down really, rather than makes it a bit more average. So I think it's a high 3.5, a low 4 out of 5. I'll decide what I think when I come to do the caption. But yeah, I think probably a 3.5 out of 5. I think it is really good though. I do really like. I love the crunch. I love chocolate with crunches in it. I just think it's just, I don't know. It just doesn't quite hit the nail on the head. I don't know. It's just too thick, the chocolate, and I think that's the problem with it. I think if the M&Ms themselves as well were crunchy M&Ms, I think that would really help. I think it would just because all the crunchy pieces of the Rice Krispies are stunk to the bottom, the M&Ms stick around near the top, so it would have just given you that extra kick. And of course, what you're buying it for is for the crunchy M&Ms, because you're a fan of that, and to have that not there does detract from it as well. And I think if you had that would cover all bases then, because the chocolate that doesn't have much crispy pieces, would then have more crispy, because it would have all these sort of M&M pieces there. You can see all the coloured pieces, they would all be crispy M&Ms. And I think that's what it needs really, and I think then it would be pretty much spot on. I think you probably, the chocolate being a so-so chocolate, I think you wouldn't even notice it, or if you did, it would be a lot less anyway, because you think you just have that excitement of having the crispy M&Ms. So I think that's probably what the problem is really. Yeah, which is a shame, and I don't know why they've done that. I mean, I realise the smaller M&Ms fit in the chocolate easier. Might be some kind of logistic issues where the bar starts to break up or whatever if the M&Ms are bigger, but they should make mini M&Ms Crispies. You know what I mean? It's not. If they don't have the product, then they make it. It's not our fault, is it? You know what I mean? So yeah. So perhaps a bit lazy of them to do that, and obviously copying out a bit. They should have. Yeah, I think they should have had both in. I would have. I think if they did crispy M&Ms, they might have just put mini M&Ms Crispies in. But I think they did the right thing to have crispy pieces separate, but they should have crispy M&Ms as well, because they're not just Rice Krispie pieces, crispy M&Ms. They've got the sugar layer and the crispy chocolate layer. The crispy layer with the chocolates around and stuff like that. They've got, it's more to it than just Rice Krispie pieces. But it's good to have them both. So there we go. So that's what I think really. So yeah, hit and miss I think is the gist of it. But it does. But it's very big bar with lots of filling, and I think that's to be commended really. They've just not quite hit the nail on the head in regards to the chocolate quality, or the fact that they've just used mini M&Ms and not crispy mini M&Ms or whatever. And big M&Ms are not that big either, you know what I mean? They could easily fit in the domes. Just put one in the dome. I know it might be difficult, but yeah. Of course, I forgot to mention as well that they do have this sort of, as I say, the image of the M&M guy there. But I like the way it's still clear segments. You can still easily, split it into segments. So, so I think 4 segments, 4 chunks is your 1/8 of the bar as well, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So there we go. So I was right, I forgot to mention that as well. Crammed a few things in the end. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Patreon if you can. Subscribe and leave a comment. It's always great to hear from you, it really is. So no matter what you're saying, hopefully it's a good thing. Nothing negative, but it's the way it is, isn't it? So I don't mind. If you have any criticism, it's always good to hear, and I'll see what I can do about it as well. So, I'm open to criticism. Okay, thanks guys. Take care. See you soon. Thanks again for watching.